right now. Peter, are you there?
Thank you so much, Lonesome George. Yes, indeed. We've got a great session coming up for you right now. In town for a concert, thanks to our friends at the Charlottesville Jazz Society in partnership with WTJU. We have Eric Vloeimans and Will Holshouser, who are coming to us live here at the stage for a period before we let them head out the door to get ready for tonight's sound check and performance over there at the old ice park. But before we chat too much, how about y'all kick off with something for us? live here at the stage at WTJU. Sounds of Eric Vloeimans on the trumpet and Will Holshouser on the accordion. Together they are touring behind their new release, Two for the Road. Welcome to WTJU.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, let's talk about how the two of you came to record this album. And actually, let's go back even farther than that. How did the two of you start to play together?
Well, we have a lot of mutual friends, mostly on the jazz scene between New York and the Netherlands. And Eric was coming over here to the States to do something else. And we decided to get together and try playing together. So I got us a little rehearsal studio for a while in the Musicians Union building in New York. And yeah, we gave it a shot, and right away we felt a musical kinship. So yeah, and then we did a few little gigs in the States together, did a little recording, and just kept building from there.
Now, I should point out, Will is originally from Cambridge, Massachusetts, living down in Brooklyn these days, and Eric, of course, is touring all the way back from the Netherlands. So,
Yes, sir.
and the two of you are doing a tour that's going to last through October 2nd, taking you all over the U.S. and Canada. But Eric, let's delve into your background. What got you to pick up the trumpet in the first place?
Ooh la la. I think it's about Dutch folk music. There were men who played like the golden trumpet,
Yeah.
and I fell for them as a little child. And then actually I got a record from my mother of Louis Armstrong, and that grabbed my heart as well for the jazz. But I also practiced a lot of classical music. But I thought I was going to be a classical trumpet player.
You went
And
to the
then-
conservatory in Notre Dame, didn't
Yes,
you?
I did. I did as a classical trumpet player.
Yeah.
And then I met some jazz guys, and I just switched. Well, I did a lot of, I did a few, I did I did it both, and then was a little bit a lot.
Well, you mentioned folk music and Louis Armstrong
Yeah.
within a few sentences of each other. And of course, Armstrong is famous for saying all music is folk music. I ain't never seen no horse sing no song. So
Yeah,
we're all playing folk music one way
he
or
was
the other.
right.
Yeah.
It's true.
He is right.
And the two of you on this tour, you're not just doing a straight out jazz show. You're kind of bringing some folk influences in there. And what's this tour about besides, of course, supporting your great new album?
Well, it's continuing this collaboration that we've been doing for a few years. And, like I said, as soon as we played together, we felt a musical kinship, both in terms of what we have in common and what the different things that we bring to the table, too. So, Eric brings a lot of European influences from his background, whether it's classical or different kinds of, like European Balkan folk music. And I have a lot of American influences in my background, playing a lot of Cajun Zydeco music, even klezmer music, a whole lot of different types of music that I'm lucky enough to get to play as a working musician in New York. So yeah, and although our duo is sort of a jazz format in that we have compositions and we improvise on them, a lot of the actual sounds and materials that you hear are things that we sort of have learned from these various traditions around the world.
And you'll be able to see them this very night here in Charlottesville at 7:30. Thanks to our friends at the Charlottesville Jazz Society in partnership with WTJU. They're going to be at the New Code building in the Irving Theater. And if you remember where the old ice park is, that's it, folks, just above on the Water Street side. Great opportunity to catch some live music with these two tonight. Well, I've got lots more questions, including how an American boy picks up the accordion. But how about we get another one from you first?
Sounds good.
Live here at the stage. Eric Vloeimans, trumpet, Will Holshouser on accordion, doing another selection now. Was that piece also from your new release, Two for the Road?
Yes, and that is one of Eric's compositions entitled Intermission Number 11.
Yeah, a little bit dedicated to the what I know from the. I admire so much the horn players of the Balkan. You know, the East European folklore music.
Well, I should
That's
point
so
out,
much technical stuff in the trumpet and in the so nice. So I,
Well, I
That's
do want to point out we've actually got a Baltic band stopping by WTJU to play here on the stage Sunday afternoon.
Oh,
so
really?
check out WTJU.net for more details on that. Blotto's Lotto. It's the name of the group.
Nice.
Actually based out of New Orleans, where you guys are heading very soon, I think.
That's right. Wow.
But let's in that first tune, was that your Red Bud that we heard at the start, or was that something else?
Oh, no, that was a piece called Sadi Daisy,
Okay.
which was named after a town in East Tennessee close to where my mom grew up.
Ah.
And I gave it that name because I thought, oh, what a funny name, Sadi Daisy. It sounds like a muddy flower or something.
Yeah.
Then I looked a little deeper and I learned that it used to be two towns, Sadi and Daisy, and they merged. And then I read a little more, and it turns out the Sadi it came from a Cherokee word. So, the deeper you look, the more history you find with these things.
Absolutely. Well, that's Will, the accordionist. And before you played that last piece, I was going to bring this up. How does a nice American boy go to picking up an accordion, which it hurts me to say this, consider one of the 4 signs of the apocalypse, but I disagree with that. Anyone who knows me here at WTJU knows that I love accordion. So what got you to pick up the accordion?
Well, it was midnight. It was a dark and stormy night. No, I'm just kidding. I grew up playing piano, and I was interested in jazz, and I played in a reggae band in high school and stuff, so I played some keyboards too. And then when I was in college, I was playing with a friend of mine who played violin and fiddle, and he got me an old accordion at a rummage sale over the summer. So one fall he brought it back. He was like, "Here, check this out." It was almost like a joke, because as you alluded to there, the accordion there is a humorous side to it in our country, and I just loved it right away. It was a smelly old musty accordion that he got me at this store, but it was fascinating, and it caused me to I was studying jazz on the piano at the time, and the accordion it sort of opened all these doors and led me to listen to a whole bunch of different folk music from around the world. And I'd grown up with my parents listening to a lot of folk music, but the accordion was really sort of the key to learning about a whole bunch of new kinds of music that I never even imagined.
Well, police officers just showed up because you were playing the accordion. We've sent them away. So.
Oh, I'm gonna run. I'll see you later.
Yes. Well, those just tuning in, we do have Will Holshouser here and Eric Vloeimans. They are in town on this night. What is today? Today's the 15th, I believe, of September, and they're performing for our friends at the Charlottesville Jazz Society in partnership with WTJU over at the old ice park, what they are now calling the Code Building. That's on Water Street, and that show is going to start at 7:30. You can go over to sevillejazz.org/events, sevillejazz.org, and click on the events, and you'll find the concert tonight, or better yet, I suspect they'll still have a few tickets left if you go right to the door, and that show is going to start at 7:30. Then Sunday, they're going to be up in Brooklyn at Rizzoli Bookstore. Then they're going to be out in Iowa on the 20th, and Madison, Wisconsin on the 23rd, and New Orleans on the 24th. And then they're going to be heading all the way out west to, I think I saw you're going to be up in Canada and closing things out in Seattle, Washington. So you can check out either ericvloeimans.nl, and we've got a link up at WTJU.net for the spelling on that, as well as for Will's website, willholshouser.com, and that'll tell you where they're going to be. But I've got, as I said, more questions to ask, but I want to get another one from you. What are you going to do for us?
This is a piece I wrote as a tribute to the great Doc Watson. My dad was from North Carolina, and he always listened to Doc Watson records when I was growing up. So his music was really close to my heart. And, the more I learned about Doc Watson, again, the more I learned about how eclectic he was and how his, sound was built from old country hymns, blues. He was a huge fan of Mississippi John Hurt. The fiddle tunes where he did the flat picking, and just all kinds of things that he put into his mix and made that, that wonderful repertoire that he played, for years and years. So this is named after his hometown, and it's called Deep Gap.
Live here at the stage at WTJU, the sounds of Eric Vloeimans on trumpet, Will Holshouser accordion, doing one that Will wrote, named after Doc Watson's hometown. Well, before I let you all close out with one and head over to sound check, Eric, I want to bring up, I've heard a rumor that you've scored a movie that's coming out, Wild Port of Europe.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It's a film out from the harbor from Rotterdam. There live a lot of animals, what nobody knows, and this is like the secret story of those animals, how they live, and it's amazing how this is filmed. So they asked me to make the film score for it, and yeah, so I'm very happy with that. And the movie is like on the 4th October, which is the I think it's the World Animals Day, or it's at
Something
least
like
it's
that.
in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's the Animals Day. The movie is, and I'm going to tour with images of the movie. So
That's
yeah,
wonderful. And
I'm
so
very proud and happy with it.
your first
yeah.
time scoring a film, and hopefully not the last.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did a few more,
All
a
right.
few little things, but this is my
This
first,
is the first
big one
big one
that I
okay.
did on my own. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and folks can find out more details on that at your website, I imagine.
Yes, for sure.
And that's ericvloeimans.nl.
Yes.
And we've got a link up at WTJU just in case you can't figure out that last name. And the same thing applies for Will's website, willholshouser.com as well. Do make it out if you happen to be within driving distance of Charlottesville this night at 7:30. They will be playing over at the old ice park, now known as the Code Building, in the Irving Theater, and they'll be going on and on all the way through October 2nd. Well, they'll be out in Seattle, but they'll be up in Canada as well. So check out their websites. We've got links up at WTJU.net. But how about you close out with one for us?
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Peter. It's been great to be here. And we're going to play another one of Eric's pieces. Do you want to tell about this one?
Yeah, it's intermission. It's an intermission piece. I wrote these pieces, the intermissions, in the lockdown, and this is one I called Tibi Gracias, which is actually I moved also in the lockdown, and this was because I lived so nice in my old house. It was a sort of a present for my old house. So thank you for being here for me, that I could live here. So Tibi Gracias is it means thank you. It's Latin for thank you.
an Eric Vloeimans original there. Thanks. And I thank you for closing with that piece. That was just perfection.
Thank you so much.
And I
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you both for stopping by. I encourage folks, get out, catch them live this night over at the old ice park, what's now known as the Code Building here in Charlottesville at the Irving Theater. That show starts at 7:30. See where else they're playing. We've got links to their websites at WTJO.net. And while you're out there, pick up One for the Road, or I should say Two for the Road. Pick up 2 of their album, Two for the Road, and that was recorded live last year in the Netherlands. Thank you once again, Eric and Will. Thanks to my great sound and video team. We're going to send things back up to Lonesome